part 2. Okay. So part 2 of where is Rachel at in her journey. So, and again, the more important part is all the emotional stuff, and I haven't even touched those. But otherwise it would be like it would be an audiobook. It would just every single episode or post would be an audiobook. So to try to make myself not do that to everybody and have people actually listen so I can actually like help people and connect with people, we're going to do it this way. So part 2 is where I'm at is like what's next, what are the decisions I'm currently making, all of that. So, okay. It's decision-making time right now, but no, I already made my decisions, kind of. The decision is to pause the decision. So here's how that works. So, I listened to this, like, literally life-changing, amazing podcast called Single Greatest Choice. If you found me, I bet you found that first because that's, like, super successful now and all that kind of stuff. It is with, I don't remember her last name. Maybe she doesn't post it. I don't know. With the podcast host is named Katie. And I listened to an episode that was called something like Fertility in Community. I will link it below. I don't even know how to do that, but we'll figure it out. I found this really cool fucking awesome thing where, so this woman named Eliza has started this amazing company called the Fertility Co-Living. And it's essentially like retreats for women who are freezing their eggs. And they can also take people who are going to be creating embryos as well. So essentially what it is like, I'll give it like the big quick rundown of what attracted me to it. Basically, it's like going through your egg retrieval is really hard. It's really hard. And the biggest thing is that no one gets it. And for me, like personally, like I wanted it to feel beautiful. Like this is how my baby is coming into the world. Like I am not in that camp where people are like, yeah, this is just horrible. And then I shouldn't imitate them because I do get it. It's really hard. And so I have compassion for those people. But for me, that doesn't work, right? I need to be like, this is beautiful, this is whatever. And of course, when it sucks, I cry and I feel my feelings. And like, there were plenty of days during my egg retrieval that I was just like, this just really fucking sucks and I can't wait till it's over. At 100%, right? But overall, I wanted the energy to be really beautiful and all that. And I'm listening to like Katie interview Eliza on the SGC podcast. And basically it's like a group of women who all get their do their egg retrieval cycle together in Mexico City. Maybe they'll go to other places, but in Mexico City. And it's basically like a retreat. Like there's all these wellness resources available to you. And it's like there's meditation and there's like yoga and there's like just really like tapping into, of course I've not even been, this is just my what I've heard and what I'm understanding, but like all about like what our beautiful female fertile body, like we keep the human race going, and that's what you're doing. Like it's just so important, right? So anyways, I will totally talk about that more later. I want to go if I can, planning on going if I can to one of the retreats, but if I have to do another egg retrieval cycle and stuff. So essentially, getting back to the point of where I was at. So I heard about that. I had a discovery call with Eliza, lovely woman, super aligned. And so I was like, if I have to do another egg retrieval, then I want to do that, because it's also like, if insurance doesn't cover it, it's literally like way less expensive than doing it in the United States. And I was super skeptical about like going to another country because like the United States obviously brainwashed me into thinking that like it's the only developed country in the world or something. I don't know. But it's just not true. And also I just love that like we have this person who like has traveled to many places and like has vetted all these clinics and found a very reputable clinic, all that kind of stuff. So long story short, Eliza helped me to have like my clinic work with their clinic to understand if I could like transfer, if I create embryos in Mexico City, could I transfer them to my clinic at home and do a transfer there. anyways, all this stuff. So that was like what I was really kind of hoping for. Her next one, when I had talked to her, was in September. I was like, oh, maybe I can do it. Like, maybe this is perfect. Not going to work out for Rachel, myself right now, just not in the cards for me. But it's like really helpful to be like, okay, so I got my results about the 2. It took me like the last 3 weeks to a month to figure out the like final results of embryo, my little embryo that could, the one that's like basically untested, even though it's been tested twice, because we don't know the results. And so I also, my company got acquired by another company. So I'm just in a limbo. That's just what it is. I'm in a limbo. I'm in a waiting period. My insurance does not cover embryo banking, what they call embryo banking, which, like, well, reform, please. Essentially, I want 2 kids. So I have 2 embryos. That's like pretty safe for wanting 1 kid. And then like I have a 3rd bonus, like maybe that would be. However, I really, really want 2 kids, and I do not want to have to go through fertility treatments other than just a transfer, like once I'm already a mom, for baby number 2. And so, and then that's not even like the what is my doctor calls it, like the standard of care. The standard of care is that when you're going through IVF, you create as many embryos as is needed to have the number of kids that like you want, right? So you want 2 to 3 embryos per child that you want, because 1 embryo has about a 65% chance of transfer. In 2 transfers, you've got about an 86% chance. And of course, the numbers are kind of different on different sites, different for different clinics, but this is like the standard numbers that I'm aware of. And then you have like a 95 or something % chance with 3 embryos of having 1 live birth. So you want 2 to 3 embryos per child that you want. Now, there's tons of stories of like 1 embryo made 1 child. Like that happens all the time. So it's not required. And honestly, that's kind of like a really privileged way of putting it, because like not everybody has the resources for that. Not everybody's body can go through that many like retrievals. Like it's, you know what I mean? But yeah, so anyways, I have 2.5 embryos is what I consider it right now. And that's just like lower than we would want for 2 kids. Is it possible I could have my 2 kids out of that? Absolutely possible. Absolutely possible. It's possible one of mine turns into twins. Like it's not likely, but I know way too many people who have gone through IVF and have twins. So it's like there's gotta be something there. So it's possible, but it's not the optimal, right? So now it's like I'm gonna decide if I want to have another egg retrieval or not. And I really don't want to. Like I really don't. Here's the weirdest thing is like I really want to go on Eliza's retreat, because like no joke, this whole process has been like I just want to make it spiritual, and I finally found a community of women who's like making it spiritual, and you can do that with them, and that's so priceless to me, so incredibly priceless. So I really want that experience. But do I want the experience of like heightened estrogen? Absolutely not. I have PMDD. I can get into that later, but like when my estrogen is at its peak during my egg retrieval cycles, it feels identical to when I was untreated for my PMDD, and it's just sucks. And it's been like a month now, because my retrieval was on the 12th. And oh my God, I think it literally is the 12th today. Yeah, so it's been about a month since my retrieval. My body is not back to normal yet. I'm mostly back to normal. That is true, which is good. But like, I'm still easy to irritate. It literally just feels like my PMDD. That's what it feels like. And PMDD sucks. So I don't want to have to go through another egg retrieval if I don't have to. However, yeah, we'll see. So there's so many possibilities of how I could move forward right now. And there's so many unknowns in my life. There's some like very personal, but like very incredibly massive life financial things that are taking place right now in my life. And so there's just a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of like, we just have to wait, and we have to be patient, and we have to like all these different stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at now and what my next steps are. So the actual next steps, I guess, because I spoke to my doctor last night, and essentially it's like, we're going to wait until the acquisition for my company goes fully through, because then I'll know if I have a job. If I'm transferred to the new company's benefits, I believe, if I'm correct, I believe they have Progeny, which is another one of the major fertility benefit companies, and I believe I get 3 cycles out of that. If I do successfully move over to their payroll and to their benefit system, I am going to use that benefit almost immediately, I think. Especially if it's free. Right now I still have 1 vial of sperm. They always want you to like have 2 vials of sperm when you go for your embryo creation, because if something for some reason is wrong with one of those vials of sperm, you're freezing eggs at that point. They can't fertilize them. And my understanding is it's better to make embryos immediately from like fresh eggs than to have fresh eggs, or to have frozen eggs, thaw them, and create embryos. Not that that's less than, and people have babies like that all the time. But yeah. So anyways, actually that is a really good thought though. I think maybe it does make sense to not buy another vial of sperm, because like the worst that can happen is that we just freeze my eggs, thaw them, and then I buy sperm at that time. Although that costs like $10,000, motherfucker. Good Lord. Anyways, this is me trying to decide, should I buy another vial of sperm for my next retrieval or not? So anyways, if that should all fall into place, because the other thing is too, is like with acquisitions, right? Like we probably get moved over to their payroll, but if we are to get laid off, it would probably happen within, I don't know, 1 to 6 months of like after we were moved over to the new company's payroll. And like, okay, that means that in the very first month that I have access to Progeny, I am doing an egg retrieval. Again, do I want to? No. However, if it's free, then yes. My other options, which like, I want a baby so bad. I'm like so ready to have a child. And there, I'm going to cry. See, I still am a little hormonal from my last retrieval, but, like I would love to transfer, I am going to cry. I would love to transfer, because that would be around January time period. I would love to transfer in January, and maybe even like transfer that like mystery embryo, because like if my first transfer works, I could maybe get away with not having another egg retrieval. Because then I would have like still like 1.5 embryos. If I did the mystery embryo and I transfer that and that worked, then I would have 2 embryos, like 2 good embryos, and then I would be fine, and I would not have to do another egg retrieval. The only thing is I don't know if my life will be kind of like prepared and ready for a baby at that time. And this is why these things are good to share with people, because like this is not, I didn't even plan for this to be like a sad video or anything, but I'm just like so fucking ready to be a mom. And it's just, these different things are coming up in my life, and like my financial life, that is just like, I didn't do anything wrong. I've just got bad luck in these couple areas, and I'm not a person to like not take responsibility. I know this is just sucks, and I just want my baby, and I'm so ready, and I'm so confident that it's gonna go well in all this, and I am just sad that my life isn't currently. You probably can't even see me crying. It just looks like I'm sniffling and being a weirdo. Anyways, that doesn't matter. It's fine. I also need to just let myself feel my feelings. I just really want my baby. And I really want to be a mom. This is the first time that, like, well, I don't know if that's true, but I'm trying to just, this is important to let myself feel sad when I'm sad. And, like, stop talking and just let myself cry. I really wanted to originally transfer in, like, do my prep cycle in August and transfer in September or October. And I do believe everything's working out. I know my babies are gonna come when they're meant to, and I trust the universe. I really do. I'm just so ready. And it sucks that my life is not at this time. And I know one day I'm gonna find the reason, and I'm gonna know why, and I'm gonna be so grateful. It's not bad just because I'm sad. It's not bad just because, you know, I just get really sad. And I really do. I think I'm working so hard, and I think I'm doing a really good job of reorienting my belief system to just know that, like, I am gonna be a mom. I am gonna have a baby. And once they're here, I'm not gonna give two shits about how they got here. But I also have always wanted to be pregnant. That's another good video I should make about that decision. But yeah, I'm trying not to get out of my feelings. There's a lot of thoughts and positivity that I could add to this, and I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna pause and just let myself be sad, and that's okay. Yeah, I guess I'll end there.